How's it going?
It's going. Recording. That was me.
How's you? Okay, good, because I'm still trying to go live on YouTube. Okay, we're live and we're muted. Okay, perfect. Perfect. All right, good morning. How's everybody doing? It feels like I haven't seen you guys forever and ever. I saw Kimbrough yesterday, so that was good. Good, good, good. Good to see your faces. All
And we'll see
right.
you Friday.
Yes, I will be there Friday.
Yay.
Yeah, we got in-person events in Las Vegas. I am now in Logandale. See the little desert behind me. So went from Cabo, California to Cabo to the desert. This is my life now.
That picture, it almost looks like a picture behind you and not actual real.
Oh, I know. A lot of people, I'll be Zooming with them, and Clint will walk in and get something out of the fridge, and people are like, because they thought it was a virtual background.
It's a moving one.
Hey, where do you park
Yeah.
that thing when you go back to Vegas?
Well, right now we're in the middle of the desert, boondocking, because we went and got solar put on our RV, so we can pretty much go anywhere we want now, and we have lots of batteries, and uh, and I like to go up to the gun range, which is right by Joanna's house, but apparently they had a whole shooting thing this month, and it's full, so there was no spot for me, so we just came out here and parked it, and there's actually a lot of crazy people out here parked in the middle of the desert. So super fun. All right. Enough about my journeys in my RV. Let's talk about money, financing, the fun stuff, right? How money is moving. And we're actually going to throw in a lot of marketing. So this is not a boring lender call. I know what you guys are thinking. But my lender, John Drennen with VIP Mortgage, is the opposite of boring, right? He is pretty amazing and he has a lot of cool tools. So he knows that I love tech, so he's bringing some tech to the call. He's also bringing Marcus, which is his marketing guy. And like all I do is see their stuff online, which is what we want our people to see, right? Us online. So he's going to kind of talk about a little bit of that. So I'm just going to turn it right over to John so he can get us going. This is going to be a great call for all of that I just talked about, but also for questions, right? I mean, it's not very often you're in a room with a lender to ask them questions, like about different programs, stuff like that. And, just I'm trying to make John co-host. There we go, and Marcus, so you guys can share screen. There you go. Everybody's a co-host. All right. All right. So I'm going to turn it over to John Drennen. He has been one of my lenders that I've worked with for, I don't know, 15 years. I use him because he works just like I do, right? He puts, his clients before his paycheck, right? That's what I do. That's why I've been so successful for all these years, because it's not about me and my money. It is about the clients, right? So it's really hard to find someone that thinks that way. And so that's why I love him. He also answers my calls all the time, even on the ball field while he's coaching his kids in sports. But hey, I just like stop. But sometimes when I first started working with him, it was funny. I'd be like, "Hey, I'm showing a house. It's 700,000, and I'm pretty sure they'll qualify. So can you just make it happen?" And now we make sure they're pre-approved before we go shopping. Thing is a thing anyway, but he is going to go over all the good stuff with you guys. So if you could turn your cameras on, unless you're naked, that is the rule. And let's have some fun today. John,
All right. Good morning, everybody. So yes, thank you very much, Wendy, for the wonderful introduction. My name is John Drennen. I'm a sales manager here at VIP in Las Vegas, but I'm personally licensed in 21 states. And so I can possibly help you or introduce you to somebody at VIP that is licensed. I'm going to be at the beginning of the hour here talking about a bunch of different things. We're going to talk about our treasure chest of different products and programs just to kind of refresh everybody. It's not a one size fit all. It's not a guarantee. Each lender could be a little bit different, but it's going to be something that I think will be wonderful. And we can send this to you if you sign up today through one moment. I'm in a meeting. I got.
Tell you, he answers his phone all the time.
That was my son. That was my son. So I definitely picked up the phone. Okay. So everybody's gonna sign up today. We're gonna sign you up for our co-marketing portal. We're also gonna sign you up for list reports. List reports is something that's amazing. Wendy's used it for many, many years. We're gonna probably do a class on that in the next month or two. And Wendy will teach that pretty much because she knows the ins and outs on the real estate side.
And it's free.
Yes, and it's free. Same thing with the marketing portal. When we set you up, we do marketing flyers. You just ask us questions. We can get them co-branded. That's free. Also, the PowerPoint that I'm going to show you guys here in a few moments, we're going to send that to you so you have it. And then last but not least, I'm going to talk about a system called Ethica AI. Ethica AI was created to take still pictures and use AI to create websites for your listings. It was really, really cool. And I'm saying it was. It was really, really cool. And I gave it to a lot of different agents, and that product was free. Of course, they made money by you can upgrade your listings and things like that. When I talked to one of the salespeople and said, "Hey, I'm doing Tech Tuesday. Let's talk about Ethica AI," he said, "Great, but things have changed. They're not doing that anymore because they switched it. Yeah, they switched it to something called Copilot, which is for realtors only. It is currently being beta tested in California. The state of California real estate division paid them a lot of money to do this. So we're going to show you the 2.5-minute video, and then I'm going to show you where you can go online to put your email address in because it could be coming to your state. I'll be very honest. He told me the states that are on their list right now to go somewhere soon, hopefully, if things happen the way they want. Of course, California first, and then they're probably going to talk about Arizona, Texas, Florida, Nevada. So if you're not in one of those states, I do apologize. But it's a product that I think you should sign up because if it does come to your state, it does get approved by your state real estate division, then it could be something that could be a game changer. So it's a 2.5-minute video. So we're going to jump right into our little treasure chest here and show you guys some things. All right. Okay, so Marcus, this is something that Marcus did for me, and this is the kind of creativity that he has, and we can help people grow their business. Marcus is going to talk about social media, AI, and stuff like that, but I just wanted to kind of go through this. Unlocking homeowners, this is the mortgage treasure chest. We talk about conventional loans. You can be as low as 3% down. It is more of a credit score driven program. 5% down for non-first time home buyers. It allows you to have investment properties, second homes, or primary residences. Minimum credit score is 620 on those. Sometimes you can get lucky and get it lower, but the lower the credit score, the more risk, the higher the rates, the higher the fees. Sometimes the fees are so high you can't even charge the client the fees, so you can't even do the loan. For people that have been in the business for many, many years, top credit score used to be 740. A handful of years ago, went to 780. So we went from 7 credit tiers to 9. So it does make a difference. Private mortgage insurance is removable at 20% worth of equity, but you have to call your investor and ask them to remove it. Sometimes you have to pay for an appraisal to show that you have the equity. But if you're just normally paying it down, don't ever call your investor. By federal law, they have to remove it at 78%. Okay. The next one is FHA loans. A lot of people think they're first-time homebuyer requirements. You do not have to be a first-time homebuyer. But why do most FHA loans happen to first-time homebuyers? Because it only requires a 3.5% down payment. It is credit flexible. Somebody with a 720 or 640 is going to get the same interest rate, the same fee structure. Also, mortgage insurance. Everybody in the world gets the same guaranteed mortgage insurance, and it's not relegated and prorated based upon your credit score like a conventional loan. So if somebody comes to me and says, "Hey, I got 5% down and I'm at a 680, I'm probably going to talk to them about an FHA loan, 3.5% down, because the mortgage insurance and the interest rate are going to be significantly better than a person with a 680 thinking 5% down. Now, sometimes, like Wendy will come to me, "John, it's not FHA approvable." Maybe there's a reason, and then we'll have conversations and educate the client that based upon your situation, truly an FHA loan's better. But the fact of the matter is you're trying to buy a house that does not accept FHA financing. So I'm educating on why, your interest rate is whatever. I mean, instead of high fives, you might be high sixes or something because it could be that drastic. All right. They are government backed. We go down to 580 credit score. Technically, we can go down a little bit lower, but the overlays that happen are very, very extreme. We like to see things around 620, 640, but we don't give up on clients. We fight for our clients. We go the extra mile, and a lot of times we hold their hand. And if it's really a bad situation, we'll introduce them to a credit improvement company. Okay. All right. Where's our next slide? There we go. VA loans, one of my favorite loans. Okay, we want to give a shout out to all of our active military and veterans out there. VA loans, no money down, no mortgage insurance. It is a great, great loan, but I will tell you this, a lot of veterans are uneducated. Uneducated as in they think that it's no money out of pocket. As I tell everybody, you still have to have earnest money to open escrow. Okay, even if all the closing costs are paid for, like in today's market, wherever you're at in the country, we're having a lot of $400,000 transactions with $12,000, $14,000 in seller pay closing costs. That's great. But if you don't have enough money to open escrow, and Wendy, I think you would agree out here in Vegas, a $400,000 house is about $3,000 to $5,000 earnest money. Okay, we got the appraisal and we got the inspection. So if you don't have $6,000 or accessibility to it, no matter if you have the no money down loan and Wendy or somebody on her team or somebody, no matter where you're at, gets all closing costs paid for. If you can't open escrow, you got an issue. Okay. We, a lot of times will get the loans closed and the loans will get closed and the earnest money will go back to the client. That's always wonderful. But of course, that's not guaranteed. Working with an active military family right now, they're moving from Fort Collins, Colorado. And she said that they were going to buy a house like a handful of years ago in a different state. That's how many times he's been relocated and restationed. And she's like, the earnest money, no matter what the price was $1,000. And I'm like, if you don't have $5,000, I can't help you. And so they're gonna be fine. But that's where you just gotta take time to educate. Different jurisdictions in the country require different things.
I know. Remember when it used to be $1 down?
Yep. Yeah, it was $1 down. Yep. But I mean, think about it though. How many deals did we do over the years, Wendy, with VA loans? Or we're going to talk about down payment assistance here in a second. And those products, we ended up getting the earnest money back to the client because we had seller pay closing costs and we had no money down, or we had the down payment assistance. Okay. Plus, I love them because the interest rates are uber aggressive. The fourth one is going to be jumbo mortgages. Okay, these are going to be above the county loan limit. The county loan limit, unless you're in a high-priced area, is $832,750. So it's crazy to think that you can buy like an $875,000 house for 5% down. I remember 10 years ago, we were talking $400,000. So, I mean, things have changed drastically. Now, these are not hard and fast, but 100% they are more strict on their verifications. 700 credit scores is usually typical, sometimes 680, sometimes 660, but a lot of times 720, 740. A lot of times we get automated approvals at 49.9%, but yet a jumbo product might have a hard 43% debt ratio. So that's why it's very important to work with your loan officer and make sure that the client understands everything. And then a lot of loans do require cash reserves, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, just depending on your credit score, down payment, how big the loan amount is, and things like that. All right. And then last but not least, once again, this was Wendy's bread and butter from about 2015 through about 2019. She was helping all of her Jeeper friends buy houses with down payment assistance. They were out here in Nevada. You had to keep the house for 6 months and then you could refinance it. You did not have to use your spouse's credit or income for income limits. The money was forgivable. All of these things, but here in Nevada, those have changed drastically. Most of them are not forgivable anymore. You have to use your spouse's income even if they're not on the loan. So they're not as generous as they used to be. But the reason they're not as generous is because they actually got busted. The state of Nevada, and I'm assuming other states, they got busted because they didn't read the letter of the law and they were realizing that they were helping possibly the wrong people. The people that really are in need were not getting help because people are kind of, massaging the system. And so they got audited and they said, hey, you have to be more strict. But these are typically 640 to 660, sometimes a little bit more. Sometimes they're state programs, sometimes they're local programs. But just want to let you know that this is a great tool for your clients. I will be honest, there's a lot of lenders that do not do these loans, and I'm very transparent about it. Do you know why? We make less money. That's just reality. Okay, these programs require you to sign up, stay in good standing, make less money, and they're highly scrutinized. And so a lot of lenders out there do not do these programs. And so I just wanted to kind of let you know that if somebody says they don't, it's okay. We do the state programs in every state. We have offices. Perfect example, there's some great programs in Michigan. I'm licensed there personally. We don't have offices in Michigan, so we can't offer those programs. But when I was licensed there in the past and we had offices, we offered those. They're just too expensive to do if you don't have a brick and mortar there because you're just not doing enough business. So that just was an example. And I see you, Sherry, with Grand Rapids. That's why I threw you out there because I know Grand Rapids, Michigan pretty well. So that's going to be our little treasure chest. We're going to send that out to everybody who's on the call, just so you have it. Once again, this is not an end-all, come-all. But like Wendy said, hey, let's just keep everybody in tune, okay? Now let's talk about mortgages real quick because I want to get to Marcus because his stuff is better than mine. Interest rates have worsened. The war, we don't talk religion or politics, but the war has created inflationary fears, and that's why oil went from $65 a barrel to 120, then down to 100. It's stabilizing a little bit. The sooner the conflict's over, typically the markets get better. The longer, it just depends. So if you guys have any clients who are shopping and looking at interest rates, you can always float, but you also have to understand there's that risk. So I always tell everybody, make sure you're communicating, your clients are communicating, the loan officers are communicating, the realtors, because the last thing you need is for somebody to have a pre-approval with like a 49.9% debt ratio. Interest rate goes the other direction. It goes up an eighth of a percent on a $500,000 loan. And all of a sudden that debt ratio is 51%. So that could create issues. So always stay on top of that. All right. Okay. So let's jump right into HeyEthica.com. Everybody write that down. HeyEthica. HeyEthica.com. As you see here, you can put your email in and get early access. Okay. And we're going to watch the video here. And so this is just in the state of California, but I wanted everybody to watch this for now.
You need to change screens or something. We're still on DPA closing the gap.
I need to what?
You need to share your screen and sound. So I'm gonna.
Okay. So how do I do this? Share sound.
So right now, go ahead and I just unshared your screen. So when you click share screen, also say share sound.
Okay. So can you see it now?
No.
Okay. So share, sound, share.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
All right. Ready? Let's try it again.
When your work moves fast, your tools should keep up.
Perfect.
Ethica Voice Pilot is a mobile experience that lets agents create, review, and submit offers directly from their phone, no laptop required.
Okay, Ethica, let's pick up where we left off.
Welcome back. I'll guide you step by step through each section of the contract. Just follow the prompts. What is the property address? So while you focus on clients, Ethica Voice Pilot works securely in zip form, producing a draft RPA for your thorough review, then letting you submit when you're ready. Concerned about compliance? Automated safety checks help make sure your forms are complete and catch common mistakes. I don't see a signed BRBC on file for 1234 Maple Street. Before drafting an offer, we'll need to ensure commission terms and dates are aligned.
Thanks, Ethica. Sir, my buyer's name is Jill Hansen, and send me a 90-day expiration reminder.
How much for the earnest money deposit? You usually do 3% of the purchase price.
3% for the EMD.
Number of days to deposit the EMD?
3 days.
And once you're satisfied, submit the offer through Ethica Voice Pilot and continue on with your day. And don't worry, no matter what language you speak, Voice Pilot keeps every form accurate and compliant in English.
Ética, detengámonos aquí por ahora. Que tengas un buen día en la escuela, Camila.
Hola, Ética. Continuemos donde lo dejamos.
What about counter offers? Yes, Ethica Voice Pilot can handle those too.
Thank you for stopping by. You have my card if you develop any questions.
Can you show me all my offers for Briar Lane?
You have 4 offers on Briar Lane, which have been added to the comparison table.
Ethica, can you send me a deep link to view the detailed comparison table?
Absolutely. Sending you the deep link now.
Let's counter all 4 offers at $1.7 million and change Sarah's offer to a 30-day close.
Got it. I'll send you the PDF preview for each offer to review. This is how real estate moves forward, with less friction, more clarity, and complete confidence. This is Ethica Voice Pilot.
Whoa.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
That's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
Once again, it's only in California. I asked him, I said, John, how are you guys even making money? He goes, the state of California paid us a lot of money to make sure that this is done right. So it's in beta testing. If you're in California, I know you have amazing agents in California, Wendy. So I wanted to make sure, I know they may not be on this call today, so I wanted to make sure that's out there. But everybody just go on to that website, put your information in. Like I said, it's something I don't offer. It's going to be free because what happens is the state or the jurisdiction pays them to make sure it's all done and it's all tied to zip forms and stuff like that. So hopefully one day it comes into your area. But I wanted to kind of show you. But if they're doing this, other companies are going to be doing stuff too. And it kind of goes with Wendy's class that she's going to have here this Friday in my office about your AI twin. AI is happening. It's not going to replace certain things, but it's going to help certain things. Okay. So I'm just throwing it out there. Do not be afraid of technology. We have to use it. But it would be pretty freaking awesome.
Joanna's like, oh my God. She's probably thinking my job just got so much easier. I wish we would.
Oh, exactly. No, it would. It definitely would. It definitely would. So perfect. Yes. Hey, Ethica. All right. Perfect. If CA gets it right, then other states will be easier. Yep. 100%. Yeah, and he said the Department of Real Estate or whatever you guys call it in California. Like I said, they invested a lot, and so I'm really hoping that it works. So definitely anybody in California sign up, but anybody else sign up. So I'm gonna like I said, I talk good fun stuff. Let's get you signed up for list reports. Let's get you into my CRM called Spear. Go ahead and co-branded marketing materials. You see my contact information. You see the states I'm in. So please, yes, everybody sign up, and everything that we're offering today is free. But from there, if anybody has any questions, I'm right here, but I'm going to physically step aside, turn it over to Marcus Galladay. He's our media and marketing manager. He's a wealth of knowledge. He can, do a lot of Q&A here for as long as you guys need. I know everything's tight to 1 hour, which is perfectly fine. We got time, but he's going to talk about some things that are working. He and a vice president of Fidelity National Title did a 3-hour AI class for us, and we had it to the public, and it was awesome. If you ever come to Vegas and come to one of the classes, it was called Burgers and Brews. So we got hamburgers and beer. It was a great 3-hour class and stuff. So it was super fun. And but I appreciate everybody, but I'm still here. I'm going to let Marcus talk, and then I can come back when he's pretty much done answering questions. Just make sure there's no mortgage, rate, program, any questions about what we just talked about today, okay? All right, Marcus.
And then in the chat is the link to the boards. I made a little boards that will get John your information, and he'll get you signed up for the free list reports and the, what was it called again?
Spear.
And you guys, Spear marketing is really cool, right? So you could have like brochures at your open house. You can have brochures that you post online. And this is like, maybe if you're trying to target, luxury buyers, there's jumbo loan programs, right? So it would co-brand you and John together, obviously, if he's in your state. And Joanne just put all the states in there that he's in right now. If there's more, let us know. Anyway, and then like first time home buyers, or they have different flyers on, mistakes buyers make when they're buying a house. Don't do this,
Yeah, like a pre-approval process. Yep. How, with the steps to getting a loan, what not to do. Don't open new credit, things like that. Don't move money around. So yeah, you're 100% right. And if you just have a general question like, hey, John, do you have a flyer like this or that? Send it in. We'll cross-reference it, and we have tons of different flyers that we can create after we create your profile. But the other thing to keep in mind, if not, then as long as we have a little bit of time, maybe we can create a custom piece to our marketing department.
Right. Also, there's like a reverse mortgage one, which, if you have someone putting 50% cash down, like talk to them about reverse mortgage. If you don't know about it, get them on a call with John or have a flyer ready to send to them.
Yep.
It's like, hey, have you thought of doing this? This is
Yep.
actually smarter, for tax reasons, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, so much good stuff. So love you, John. All right,
Thank
let's get to the marketing. This is the fun part.
Drum roll, please. Come on, brother.
Good morning, everybody. I was having some technical difficulties with my computer. I couldn't get the sound to work, so I'm here sharing the office with John Drennen. Definitely Burgers and Brews was really cool. I didn't get to drink, but everybody else in there was having a great time. So if you are in the Las Vegas area, you should show up to our next and upcoming classes. It's a lot of great information, and this is what we're here to do. We're here to help you guys grow your business. Everybody can close loans. A lot of people have the same programs, but where we really shine is how we can help you grow your business and just the customer service where we put our best forward. John always answers his phone, as you can tell. He's a really just a committed man, very passionate. I don't know if you can hear him, but he's always up here. Now, I've been doing this for about 15 years or so. And when we talk about social media, a lot of people are kind of terrified of it. There are agents in your space right now who generate all of their business off of social media. And now I'm not going to say stop cold calling, stop door knocking, and doing all these things that you traditionally do to generate business for yourself. But just like with AI, this is something that can help supplement your business. Now, in the last few years, what's become probably my favorite part about social media is that prior to this, you would have to have your own landing page, your own website, YouTube, whatever, to populate in Google searches, Bing, Yahoo, things of that nature. Now, just the regular posts on your page can now show up on Google. So if you did, say, a post about FHA loans or a home in your area that you're trying to sell, if you do it correctly, these can start showing up in Google. And a prime example of this is if you were to search up John Drennen's name, you'd go into the videos tab, you will see an entire slew of videos from him that he's put out there over the years. He's very consistent with it, and that's the biggest thing. Now, again, when we talk about social media, why are people so terrified of it? Whether they don't know what to post, they don't know how to get started, they're scared that their family or friends are going to judge them. None of that matters, right? If your family and friends are really your family and friends, they're going to support you, and the people that are going to judge you, who cares, right? They're not the ones who are paying your bills. You are. So you definitely need to be taking advantage of this. And as far as knowing what to post, social media is easy in the sense that everything you need to be creating is already out there and doing well. All of these platforms, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever it is, they're all essentially just search engines like Google being Yahoo, right? And the way that these platforms make money is by keeping people on the platforms, right? So how do you do that? You satisfy the query of the end user. Whatever the person, the consumer, the person on the phone watching these videos is looking for, if they're able to satisfy that, they stay on the platform, right? That's the entire goal. So if you see a video of somebody else in your industry and what they're doing is working and it's doing well, you're able to take that format, that concept, that topic, and kind of make it your own. And this is where AI will come in, right? It's very easy to take somebody's script, again, that's doing really well, plug it into ChatGPT or Google Gemini or Claude and say, make this script for me. Now, after this call, I'm going to go ahead and send you guys a prompt. And actually, while I'm talking about this stuff right now, feel free to ask any questions that you may have down here in the chat, and I'll try to get to them as quickly and as best as I can. But we need to be utilizing this stuff. It doesn't matter if you have a fancy camera set up or you're just propping up your phone on your desk and get to talking about something, right? You guys are in an industry that's very visual. You have these big, beautiful homes that you can walk through and show people what it is that you're doing. A lot of times you don't even need to speak. So the barrier to entry really isn't there anymore because, again, like I said, you have examples of exactly what it is that you need to be doing out there. We also provide free 30-minute consultations whether it be here in the office, over Zoom, over the phone, whatever it is. So I'll send you a link to my calendar for that as well. But I implore you to connect with John, whether you're in the state or not. We have an entire podcast studio built into our office. That's just how important it is to be making content and getting it out there. Do we have any questions?
Yeah, let's talk about what's working, right? And having a good hook, having a solution, having a call to action.
That's right. So the hook is the most important thing in your entire video, all right? The first 3 to 4 seconds has to be scroll stopping, right? And what that means is you actually have 3 different types of hook, right? You have an on-screen hook, right, which can be any sort of movement, whether that's you walking into frame, walking towards the camera, walking away from the camera. The first few things that you say. Be honest here, nobody really cares who we are, right? So what I see a lot of people doing is they'll get on camera and they'll say, "Hi, I'm so and so. I'm a realtor here in Las Vegas, and I can do this for you." People don't care about that. They want to know what it is that you do, how you can help them, immediately actionable steps that can help them get to their goals, right? So we have to forego our ego here, and realize that this content is for them and not for me, right? So the hook is very important. After that comes your body. The body has to immediately correlate to what the hook is. So if my hook is real estate is the #1 way to build generational wealth, what comes after that has to immediately start hitting on those points. How do I build wealth? How can real estate help me get there? What can you do to help me get there? And then it's your call to action and kind of a recap, right? You're just rehashing what it is that they learned and again, the steps that they need to be taking. So it really is that simple. And you can do this with any topic out there. You don't have to think too hard. You can make essentially the same video about the same topic with 20, 30 different hooks, and you never know which one is going to land. It's just a game of being consistent, being patient, and showing up. The other thing about social media is it's social media, right? You have to make those connections, have those meaningful conversations with people, whether that's going into your own comment section and not just dropping a fire emoji or a happy face or something like that, but really helping guide people, right? People love convenience. It's why they'll pay $20 for a cheeseburger off of DoorDash, you know. If you can help somebody through the process and you've taught them, and they feel safe with you, you're just building authority, right? I've had people call John and say, "Hey, I've seen a ton of your videos. I already know you're that guy. I know I want to work with you. What do we do going forward?" Like I said, this stuff is going to populate all over the place. And if you're not showing up there, you're losing business to the people who are. There's no reason to not be to not take advantage of this because it is just so easy to get into it. I want to talk about another tool that John uses quite a bit. Here in the studio, he does a lot of podcasts. So these are 47, 50 minutes. And the greatest thing about that is he's able to go and chop that up into a bunch of small, shorter, maybe 20, 30, 40-second clips and throw them out there into social media. So he has this vast library of content that he's able to consistently push out. So his name is always out there. He's built that authority. He's built that trust. If anybody searches up his name, they're going to see that he has this wealth of knowledge and experience right off the back without him even having to say anything. He doesn't even have to have a conversation with them. This is going to be called Opus Clips, and I'm going to type it right here into the chat. Clips. This is an AI automated video editing system. It could take a 40-minute video, 50-minute, 2-hour-minute video, and it'll select what it thinks are the best key moments within that video to pull out and go ahead and post on social media. It'll grade them from 1 to 30, whatever it is, on how well it thinks that it's going to do. So it's going to rank them for you. So you really don't have to think too much, and there's not really an excuse to not be making content. Again, with social media, you don't have to have a website or a landing page anymore. This stuff is what's going to be showing up on Google. A lot of people generate their entire business off of this, and it's the easiest way to get in contact with people. I guarantee some of you are sitting there, whether under your desk or on the side, you've got your phone there. This is where we live. We need to be showing up here. You don't see too many TV commercials anymore. Everybody has ad blockers. But if you can show up organically in a space where they're already looking for this stuff, you're way, way, way ahead of the curve. So it's really, really important to get on that. Like I said, there's no reason not to take advantage of it. And I still don't see any questions in here, so I'm hoping
Well, I know I have a
after-
lot of people's questions in my head. They're always
Go ahead.
asking this. So, what is
What
the
you got
best
for me, Winnie?
platform to post on, or is
All
just
of them.
any all of them are good?
All of them.
Or
Any
post on all of them.
Yeah, every single piece of content that you're creating, or even if you're just taking things from our library of content that, again, we do co-branding and posting that, it should go everywhere. You want to make your funnel as big as possible. So it's TikTok, it's Facebook, it's LinkedIn, it's YouTube. Every single one of these platforms can accommodate your content. And you see that they all release similar features. The navigation on all these platforms are similar. They're all competing for business. Let them take your business. Yeah, Google My Business is super important. You need to be posting on there. You need to be active on there. That is only going to help you grow. It's only going to help your SEO. SEO is search engine optimization. Again, and a big part of that is posting on your Google My Business, posting fresh pictures, new videos, updates, things of that nature, and responding to the reviews that people leave on your page within about 24 hours. All of these will help like lift you up in the rankings, so to speak. But you should be posting everywhere. You should be posting
Yeah, and
everywhere.
if you guys don't have time to post everywhere, because nobody does, and if nobody has a Marcus like on staff, right? We use repurpose.io. So basically when we post something on our Facebook personal, it says, do you want to post it on your Instagram? Say yes. And then we have a trigger on repurpose.io. Anything posted on Instagram automatically gets posted to my Facebook business page, my YouTube page, my LinkedIn page, my TikTok. So if you are like me and don't have time to do all that, that tool is a game changer. So Joanne, you probably have a link to repurpose.io you could drop in there. I just typed it in, but we have a link if you want it. But yeah, this really helps you because I feel like I'm not a TikTok girl. I did, jump off a playground, and so you'd think I was a TikTok girl, but I am not. Anyway, but I post there. I post there every day, right? Because as soon as it hits Instagram, boom, it's on TikTok. So it's funny because I go into my TikTok and I'm like, oh my God, look at all these followers. And I'm not even manually posting on there, right? They're engaging with me, they're following me. And I was like, oh, this is cool. So definitely, if you don't have time to post on every platform, just get them set up, link them all on repurpose.io. And if you post on Instagram and not on Facebook, that's fine. Just have it going from Instagram, and then you don't have to worry about the personal
There you
stuff.
go. A lot of this gets easier once you have a system and an understanding of it, right? So repurpose.io, amazing tool to have. There's a whole bunch of them out there for scheduling. Just pick one and run with it. But the important thing is to just make the content, right? Nobody's going to judge you. Again, nobody's paying your bills but you. So why not take advantage of it? Once you have the systems, it's really easy. Just plug and play at that point, but it needs to go on every single platform, 100%.
Yeah, and you can even make it in Canva and then post it right on Instagram from Canva. So that's super cool. Super cool. All right. John Drennen, you look different.
Yeah, in the sun. I got a lot cooler. People say I look so much cooler.
It's an AI version of John.
No, this is the shorter, darker me.
Oh my gosh, that's hysterical. Yes. Anyway.
Do we have any other questions for me?
Anybody have any really good things that are working for marketing that they want to share? Like any good videos, any good hooks? I'm learning that the hook is everything, and then what you put in the ad copy is the next most important thing, right? So if your hook does good, you'll get a lot of views. If people engage with your stuff, it means what you wrote is good, right? So those are the two things you should be testing. Um, uh, People use Reels because it reaches non-followers and followers, right? Stories are going to only go and be shown in front of people that follow you, right? So that's why you see so many people posting stories, and it's kind of keeping their audience, engaged, with what they're doing, whatever, and it goes away in 24 hours. Trial Reels, this is only non-followers. So if you have an idea, but you don't know if it's going to do good and you don't really want to put it out there for your followers, put it out on your trial reels to see how it does. And if it does good, then you can launch it to your page. So
That's right.
I think that's a really good idea. We started doing it, doing different, so same video, same ad copy, same music. We had a different hook 8 times, right? So which hook did good and then launch that one. So anyway, and plus it gets you in front of non-followers, which is what you guys want, right? He said to fish in that big pond, you want to be everywhere.
Yeah,
That will help you get there.
trails only go to non-followers. That's correct. But if it does well, it gives you the option to share it into your main feed where all your current followers will see it. So trial reel is super important for testing content, different hooks. Again, you can have the same video with 5 different hooks. Maybe you change the music, maybe you change the text, whatever it is, but you want to change something and just test it against itself. And the important thing here is when you find something that works, you want to double down on it. You just keep on doing it. Is there any program that posts to all sites, including Google and LinkedIn? No. Um, if you're trying to post on Google and LinkedIn, that's kind of not going to happen. But LinkedIn, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, you can post on all those at the same time using a scheduling platform like Repurposed or Zoot Suite or Hootsuite, whatever it is.
You just got to start on YouTube, and then you start on you put your videos on YouTube, then you link everything into Repurpose.io, and then they will randomly go out magically. And then you just got to check them because the certain ones will expire after 90 days or 30 days. You have to reconnect them. So you just got to pay attention to that. But it's great. You'll pop onto one of your social media sites and you'll be like, oh crap, there's a video that I shot 6 weeks ago, but it just came out today. That's kind of cool. So yeah, using the automation is definitely very, very important.
And another thing that I wanted to mention is you want to make sure that you're utilizing Bing as well. If you think about it, how many people get a brand new Windows computer and don't go install like Google Chrome or something like that? They're using Bing as their main search engine. And this is super easy. They make it really easy to do it. You just connect it with your Google My Business profile, and anything that you post there, any updates that you make there will also update your Bing profile. Now, here's the cool part about that. A lot of people are replacing Google, Bing, Yahoo entirely as their search engine, and they're going for like a Chat GPT or a Gemini or a Claude to search up local services. And AI gets a lot of that information from Bing. So it's important to show up there as well. So get your profile set up. It says, when you create videos on your phone, do you recommend using the front or back camera? Honestly, it doesn't matter. The most important thing is to get stuff out there. However, you do get better quality with the back camera. So if you have a tripod, I recommend using that, setting it up and going on the other side. But you can, like I said, you can just set up your phone right there on your desk, or if you're doing a walkthrough, tour of a home, you can hold your phone in front of you, use the front camera so you can see what's going on. You just have to make the content. It doesn't matter which camera you use.
Yeah, iPhone 17, FYI, has a really cool like it'll see your face and use the front. It uses the front and back at the same time. So like as you're doing like a home tour, it's also seeing you. So if you're talking, it'll see you talking and it'll see the home tour. It's kind of cool. I just figured that out last weekend in Cabo. So, anyway, just in case you have one. And then as far as Google goes, there was one thing that auto post to Google My Business, and it was either Lofty or listings to leads. I can't remember which one, but there one of those two posts to Google My Business. So if Carrie responds to me, then we'll know. But she must be at a listing appointment. Okay. And then yes, definitely be on Bing, because when people say, who is the best realtor in my area in ChatGPT, they're pulling from that. So make sure that your profile is somewhere in there, and don't ask me how. I just saw that.
I wish I could show you physically here on John's screen, but let me see. I don't want to dig through his stuff.
What are you looking at?
Let's dig. Share it.
Oh, no.
But it really is so easy. Once you log in or create a Bing profile, it'll just ask you, it's the first thing it's going to ask you, do you want to connect this with your Google My Business profile? So it's not going to be difficult at all. I promise it's not going to be difficult. See, I got a listing like that. Realtor used ChatGPT to refer to me. That's right. It
I got
works.
an agent joining me because they asked ChatGPT who they should join. Who's a virtual brokerage that knows luxury, knows how to digital market, and I was number one in ChatGPT, Wendy Goss at eXp Realty.
Love it. I have a deal right now, $870,000 purchase, and I asked him yesterday. I said, we've been working now for 30 days. I forgot to ask you, how did you get my information? And he said, I Googled you. And then after I Googled you, you were one of the top 3 lenders in Vegas, and I chat GPT about who you were. And so that's why I chose you. And I'm like, holy crap. So it does work. You got to get your stuff out there.
Yep. Awesome. Okay. I love all this. Does anybody else have any questions about anything? We did have a form if you popped in late. We had this form to fill out. This is for free listings. What is it? List reports. And then the co-branding stuff that you can get for posting on your social media, taking to your open house, putting it in your listing, whatever. And then, yes, Blanca, we did do that. So you can look up Carrie. I think Carrie Suave came in and showed us how to do that. So you can look that up in Tech Tuesday in the videos. And then we'll be doing list reports in a couple of weeks. And yeah, just get hooked up. These are free tools, you guys. I know you don't need more tools, but they're free and they're awesome. I used list reports for so long when I was active, and it's really cool. You could do squeeze pages and everything right through there. So anyway, awesome. I'm trying to see what else.
GPT to refer us.
Yeah, don't worry about embarrassing.
After we get off of this call, I'm going to go ahead and send you a link to my calendar, and you can schedule a free 30-minute consultation with me. We can talk about all of it. No problem. Absolutely.
Do you have her information?
Bianca.
Awesome. Bianca, put your
Blanca.
Send your make sure you fill out the form for the board form, so we have all your contact information, and then Marcus can send you a link so you can do a 30-minute consultation with them.
Okay, thank you. And it's Blanca.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Blanca. I'm so sorry.
Blanca, I'm sorry. I'm way over here in the corner, so my apologies.
Awesome. Well, I love it. Okay, so I think next week we're going to be talking about lovable landing pages. Right, Joanne? Is that what we're doing?
I think so.
Awesome.
I'll tell you in a second.
These are going to blow your mind on how easy they are.
Yes, lovable landing pages.
So thank you, Marcus. I know he already left. Tell him thank you. And I'll see him Friday. John, I can't hear you. I see you talking.
Oh.
There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody who signs up on this boards, we're gonna go ahead and set you up for list reports. We're going to go ahead and set you up in Spear, and from there we will also I'll give the list to Marcus. He'll just blind CC everybody, and with the link to schedule a up to 30-minute consultation. So you guys can do that on his schedule and your schedule. He works Monday through Friday. So just you guys can just figure that out. So everybody will get that opportunity.
Awesome. And you guys, seriously, if you need a good lender partner and you're in one of these states, I'll throw it back up there. Definitely reach out to John. Like, he's amazing. And like I said, he treats my clients like I do and puts them first in all situations. So that's huge. That's huge to me and huge for your business. So anyway, if you are there, he can help you. So
Yep.
and if not, he has someone at VIP in your area, so he can help you with a good lender.
And if there's a state that I'm not licensed in, just ask me, because there are certain states that I have full criteria for all my credentials, the criteria needed. Literally, all I have to do is pay the fee. If we want to be partners and stuff like that. If not, then I can find somebody who's licensed in your state also. I think the only two states that I know for a fact that I won't get licensed in, we're not licensed in New York, and that's a state that is just extremely difficult. And I personally am not licensed in Utah because they require so much for a loan officer to be licensed there. It just doesn't make financial sense for me to do that. But other than that, I can look into different things. So once again, guys, let me know what I can do for you. 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., 7 days a week. This is what I do. Thanks everybody for being on the call. Every single person who signs up on the boards, Joanna will send this to us, and Marcus will send over today, blind CC everybody, and just say, here's my calendar kind of thing. Give me a couple days for the list reports and the Spear setups, because it takes time. We may have to reach out to you also and ask for more information, like your website, your logo, something like that. So we will take care of it, but just bear with me. As we always say, loans and deals are first. Everything else will be second.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming, John, and thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
And
you guys have a good one.
We're gonna hop into the VIP room. So if you are a part of VIP, I will see you in a minute. If not, text Joanne. She'll send you the link to get in. So thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.